I've never played the Silent Hill games, so I can't compare it to that. I didn't hate this movie. Yeah, how'd you feel about it?
Garbage. It was so bad. It was so bad. This guy's not an amateur filmmaker. He made the mistake that a lot of amateur filmmakers do.
But the co-writer who wrote on the first film with him was Roger Avery.
Roger
Yeah,
Avery,
yeah.
the guy that worked with Quentin Tarantino at the archives.
It was crazy to see young Randy Quaid, like so almost unrecognizable.
I know. I was expecting him to see him in this movie. They nerfed the nurses.
Yeah,
If
they
you
did.
if you go watch the first movie, it looked like they were just pulling big titty bitches off the street, yo, and they're like, "Hey, we need you for this film."
Hey, baby, you like and subscribe yet? Yeah.
Cinema Rolls Podcast.
Welcome to the Cinema Rolls Podcast. Today, we will be reviewing and discussing Return to Silent Hill. You want to go ahead and tell them what this movie's about?
Yeah, it's about Silent Hill. It's a guy. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now. I've heard it so many times today. But he gets a letter from his ex-girlfriend saying that she is in Silent Hill and he needs to come find her. And when he gets there, the town is like abandoned and there's weird creatures running around and he has to kind of figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The guy's name is James Sunderland. His character, anyways.
That's it.
The actor is Jeremy Irvine. What did you think about this movie, Eric?
So I didn't hate this movie,
Uh
but uh, I've never played the Silent Hill games, so I can't compare it to that. I saw the first movie. I remember I liked the first movie, but I don't remember it very well. And I'm pretty positive that I didn't see the second one, but I hear the second one is bad. Uh, all that aside, this movie alone, it was okay. Uh, wasn't all that scary. Um, the acting was not the greatest. Honestly, I didn't care for the main guy too much. I thought the girl did really well. Um, yeah, I think it was just okay. I didn't hate the movie. This movie's getting a lot of hate online right now. um, and honestly, I'm not as far as like what makes a good movie. I kind of get, but it seems like a lot of the hate's coming from fans of the games,
huh.
and based on what I learned about the game from doing a little bit of research. Honestly, it doesn't seem like it's that far. It's an adaptation. You got to change things for the medium, you know. But based on what I know, I think it is a decent adaptation of the game. But I'm probably wrong. You know, fans of the game will probably come at me. That's okay. Uh, but yeah, it didn't thrill me. It's not something I'll probably watch again anytime soon. It was just fine. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. How'd you feel about it?
Garbage. It was so bad. It was so bad. It's sad how bad this movie was. I up up to what, like maybe like the week before watching it, I was rewatching the older movies. I rewatched the first one. I
Mhm.
rewatched the second one. Um, and I don't think I had ever seen the second one. And so this was like my first time watching it. And the first one is The first one is good-ish. It's not amazing. I understand why people still like love it.
Hmm.
It's a pretty cool movie. The dialogue is like really corny, and but like everything else about it's like pretty solid.
Yeah.
And then the second one is pretty bad, but it's still better than this one. This was the worst one out of all of them, I think.
Okay.
This I think the only reason anyone should go watch this movie is to find out how not to make a movie. I think the only reason you should go check this movie out is if you're studying film and you need to help figuring out what makes a bad movie, because this movie was that bad. It was it felt, I don't know who the director of photography was, who the DP was, but the cinematography was pretty bad. I mean, like the camera never stopped moving.
Hmm.
The the camera never stopped moving, and it cut like every 3 to 5 seconds. So there was some shots in it that were pretty good, but if the whole movie has like a million shots, one of them's bound to be all right. You know what I mean? Like every shot felt like this. Look, it's like they didn't know what to do with the fucking camera. It was awful. Um, really poorly paced, really bad, really poorly edited. It was just yeah, it was really, the acting was bad. The guy, while I was watching it, I was like, I think he's British. I think his accent's slipping a little bit. And then I watched an interview and I was like, yeah, he's British.
He's
I called
British,
that
yeah.
shit. Which is kind of funny because in the first movie, the guy that plays Ned Stark, he's in the first movie, he plays the
Yeah.
dad. And
Sean
he
Bean.
he has a Scottish accent. Every now and then in that movie, you can kind of hear it slip a little bit. And I just thought it was funny that in that movie, someone else had an accent that was kind of slipping with their accent, and then this British guy, his accent was slipping every now and then. It's almost like they should have just hired an American guy.
Or an American to direct it. It was directed
I
by
th-
a French
I-
guy.
Well, yeah, and he was. What's crazy is he was the same director as the first movie.
The first one.
So, and the first one's the best one out of all of them. So you would think that this one's good too, but it was not.
Yeah.
The best actor in this whole movie was that little redheaded girl from Wednesday.
Evie Templeton.
Yeah, she was the best actor in the whole movie, and that's real sad because she's the only child actor in the whole movie, and she outdid all these adults. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm really disappointed with how bad it was. It, yeah, it was really boring. The scary parts weren't scary at all. I was struggling to. I was actually really sick when I went to go see it. I don't know what happened to me this week. Out of nowhere, I just got like really sick. I caught a fever. I wasn't like throwing up or like coughing or nothing. I just had a fever and I just felt like shit. So I went to go see the movie anyways, and the whole time I was just sitting there like dying. And I couldn't tell if this movie sucked because I was just in a shitty mood or if it was just a shitty movie. And then I asked Natalie, I was like, what do you think of it? She was like, it wasn't that good.
I definitely dozed off a few times in that movie, to be honest.
It was so boring. And I think a lot of times too, like it's funny because like this guy's not an amateur filmmaker.
No.
Like obviously he's made films in the past, but I feel like he made the mistake that a lot of amateur filmmakers do, is that they show the character going to each place. Like they follow the character going to each, and you don't need to do that. People are smart enough to understand the narrative as long as it's like structured. You don't need to show him walking to this thing and then walking to that thing and then walking to, you know what I mean? It's boring, bro. It is boring. But yeah, it was really bad. That's what I thought about it. It was really shitty. We should have went to go see Mercy instead.
We probably should have.
It was so bad.
I was going to ask, what did you think of the visual effects?
They were pretty all right. They weren't bad, I don't think. I was hoping for a lot more practical effects.
The directors actually said that it's mostly practical. He said that when you're looking at the screen, 70 to 75% of what you're seeing is real. Which I don't know if I believe him,
Okay, I was gonna say maybe in post they added a lot more because
Yeah.
maybe they like upped it, like just like added more fog or something in poster, but like it did seem like a lot of it was
Well, it was all or mostly filmed in front of those giant like screens they do for Mandalorian.
oh, okay, was it? I was like
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. It feels like it was either green screen or it was a VR wall.
yeah.
That's
It's
cool.
done on that, and uh, yeah, also had I think half the budget of the first film, so didn't have a lot of money to work with.
Wow,
Um, but
that's pretty
yeah, I
wild.
don't know. Yeah,
Um, but all right, you want to go into ratings?
sure. I feel like this is going to be a low one for us, but I'm going to give it a 6.
6.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the 3.
okay,
It was that bad.
that's fair.
I gave Lilo and Stitch a higher score than this movie, and I hated that movie.
You did, I remember. Yeah,
You want to move into fun facts?
sure. Let's do it. Uh, so you mentioned her already, Evie Templeton. She was actually Laura in the Silent Hill 2 remake video game.
Oh,
So
really?
she played the same character in both.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
hmm the composer from the video game and the first movie also returned to do the music for this film as well.
Okay, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. And so the director, Christophe Gans, I think is how you pronounce the name.
Uh,
Uh, he's a big fan of the game, and he had played the game over the weekend when he was filming Brotherhood and The Wolf, and he was telling his, I think, producer about it and said he really wants to make the movie. So they reached out to Konami. They didn't hear back. Apparently, Konami had several offers from other big studios to make the film, and uh, when they actually saw his film, Brotherhood of the Wolf, uh, they said that he was the only director that they would trust with the film. Well, the
that's
first movie.
cool. The first
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So yeah, so he got the job, and he wanted to make. He actually wanted to make the movie based off of Silent Hill 2, which is what this movie's based off of. But they felt that it would be better to use the story from the first game to introduce people to the town of Silent Hill, so they kind of like get the understanding of what like this place is. Um,
Gotcha.
yeah, so the first film actually took a little bit from all 3 of the games. Um, so, like I said, the story is mostly from the first one, but they brought in like creatures and or monsters and stuff from the other games. Like Pyramid Head was actually introduced in the second game. The game Silent Hill 2 has multiple endings. I think it's a total of 8 different endings you can get.
Jeez.
Yeah, and the director, his first time playing through, he got this ending, which is the water ending, I guess it's called, when he drives his car into the lake.
Okay.
So that's that he chose for the film. So he was going to direct the sequel. So not Resident Evil, Silent Hill Revelation, right? Um,
Oh,
but I think it had a different um, producer, and that guy wanted the film to be more like the Resident Evil movies. So like a lot of action and guns and stuff, which Gantz felt that wasn't Silent Hill. So he backed out, and I think that's when his co-writer also backed out as well. Um, but the co-writer who wrote on the first film with him was Roger Avery.
Roger
Yeah,
Avery.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw when I rewatched the first one. I saw his name pop out, and I was like, "What? I didn't realize he
yeah,
wrote this movie."
yeah. He helped him write the second one or the first movie. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's all the fun facts I got. There's more, but those are, I think, the ones I thought were most interesting. Yeah.
For those people who don't know, Roger Avery is the guy who, one of, I guess, yeah, like the guy that worked with Quentin Tarantino at the, what is that video store called? Video Archives, at the Video Archives. And then he went on to make his own movies. I think he also helped write Pulp Fiction. I think he was actually. I think him and Tarantino were actually planning to like direct different parts of it and kind of put it together. But then Tarantino ended up just directing it. He also wrote Reservoir Dogs and Beowulf. He's pretty.
Beowulf. Okay.
He's got a pretty solid.
Resume.
Yeah, some pretty solid credits.
Yeah.
Pretty cool guy.
He definitely did not come back for this one.
Yeah.
I think what may have happened with this movie is that the first one did well. So obviously they made the second one, but they had different creative team. The first movie actually had a lot of collaborative. It was very collaborative. So like he worked with Roger Avery, helped him write it. There was actually another friend of his that was helping him write the movie before they kind of changed directions. Konami had very strict stipulations on what they wanted the film to be, and so there was that. And then the second movie happened and didn't do well, so that's probably why we haven't had Silent Hill movie for some time. And
makes sense.
so now they're this one. They probably were trying to go back to the roots of the first movie, and they got the director who also wrote it. But I don't think they brought back a lot of the other people who helped make the first movie what it was. And I think Christophe Gans had a lot more creative control in the making of the movie, and so he made his version of Silent Hill 2. And with the game like that, like I said, it has multiple endings you can get. There's probably different ways you can play the game, probably different ways to interpret different things. So this is probably his version of how he felt when playing the game. And so
true.
I think that's why not everyone is going to be happy with this, because it's not how they remember the story when they played the game,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I watched one like behind the scenes video. It was really short. I think it was like 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
And like the whole team was just pretty much talking about how great Christophe Gans was, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like he's amazing. He's been storyboarding this for like a year. He's really thorough. Like he has a vision." And there's one person that was like, he sees things that like other people just can't, And I was like, that really sucks, because I mean they're talking all this great things about him, and the movie was ass. So I was like, I turned to Natalie, and I was like, that's gotta fucking suck, yo. That's gotta like he probably put a lot of time and effort into this, like storyboarded the whole thing, and then it turned out to be kind of shitty.
Yeah,
it sucks. It is what it is, yo. You win some, you lose some. Also, too, they nerfed the nurses. If you
did.
If you go watch the first movie, it looked like they were just pulling big titty bitches off the street, yo, and they're like, "Hey, we need you for this film."
Well, so the first movie, because he used dancers in both, but the first one was like professional dancers and also strippers.
Oh.
This one was just like a bunch of ballet dancers.
See, that's why they messed up. They should have brought in the strippers. You guys see how well Nora did? You need to bring in more strippers in the movies. Yeah, Natalie said that Pyramid Head seemed like he was nerfed too. She said he was sexier in the first movie.
Well, I don't know about that. It's like the dude with the pyramid on his head. The first one, it was mostly a different person, and they made him wear these platforms with the apron in front, like hit that, but he was taller, a little leaner. Like he was muscular, but not like stocky as this one was.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I liked the pyramid on this one. It felt like too
Felt
big.
too big. Yeah. Yeah, like covered up most of his body so you can even see it.
Yeah.
I think that's why though, because he wasn't as shredded as the last one. In the first movie, the Pyramid Head is fucking shredded, yo. He's
Yeah.
jacked.
He is, and they actually made I think it's his right arm more jacked than the left one because it's the one he uses to drag
Fuck
around the
off. Oh,
sword.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought that was going a different direction.
I mean, he does use it to penetrate things, so it's you know.
All right. You have any more fun facts for me, brother, before we move on?
Mm, I don't think so.
All right, let's move on then.
That's
Let's move on to suggestions. Do you have anything that you would like to suggest to the audience? Anything that might be similar or cool or maybe just better because this movie sucked?
um, so I have a couple movies I would suggest. First being, I think it's called The Cell, right, with Jennifer Lopez, where like they go
Oh
inside the
yeah,
mind of a serial killer, um,
yeah.
which is kind of what this film is. Spoilers if you don't know. All of this seems to mostly be taking place in forget his name again, James Sutherland with his head, like it's all
Right.
like uh, so like inside the mind of a killer. Um, and then the other movie I would suggest is
Hold up.
the.
I've never actually seen The Cell. Is it good?
I remember liking it, but also watched it when I was like 10 or 11. Um,
Oh,
but it's interesting. I think you might like it.
I'll have to
You know,
check it out. Looks cool.
I want to say
Anyways,
Vincent D'Onofrio's in it.
yeah. And Vince
Yeah,
Vaughn. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think you
Cool.
might like it. It's interesting.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. So the other movie I would suggest is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Love that movie. Great movie. That's a great movie.
That is a great movie. Um, but yeah, like the reason being is that I mean the director said for this movie he realized that it is a love story and that is actually the story of Mary that he's telling, although we're getting everything through the perspective of James. Um, and so I think Eternal Sunshine like has similar themes, but like it's a how like how
To,
they like trying to like forget each other, like use that technology to forget, and
mm.
he's forgotten what happened, but for other reasons.
And you are inside his head pretty much the whole
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. So similar but better. Uh,
Way better. That's a great fucking film.
and two other things I would suggest that aren't movies but are video games, survival horror games, uh, Dead Space and The Suffering.
Nice.
Yeah, which I never finished
Wow.
Suffering, but The Suffering was cool. Uh, and Dead Space, I love Dead Space, and also he's that one. He's trying to find his girlfriend that's on the ship that's been taken over by all these crazy like zombie monster things, and only to
Whoa.
find out at the end, spoilers, she's dead.
Dang.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
Cool. Cool,
Mhm.
cool, cool. Um, I would suggest Shutter Island.
No, that's a good one.
Shutter
Also
Island,
better.
way, way better. Honestly, I think to me while I was watching it, I was like, Shutter Island's a much better version of this.
It
So
really is.
yeah, because it's the same thing. It's like you're like kind of following this guy who's not mentally well, and
Hmm.
the reason why he's not mentally well is because of his ex lover,
Hmm.
and you kind of go through him and his psychosis to kind of help him come to terms with it, even though at the end he may not, you know.
Yeah. And that movie's a psychological thriller, which is pretty much what this movie was, but because of Silent Hill and everyone knowing that it's like a survival horror game, like you go in expecting horror, and you don't really get that.
Yeah, Yeah, it was really disappointing. I would say if you want to watch a better version of this, just watch the first one. Just watch the first one. The first one's pretty decent. Like I said, the dialogue's pretty corny, but everything else is pretty cool. What I love about the first one too is like everything is like on a set. It feels like a lot
Oh
more
yeah,
tangible.
the first one was
Um,
filmed in Toronto, and
mm,
this one was filmed, I forget where, in Serbia, somewhere in Serbia. They said,
yeah, it's funny because I think in the first one they're trying to sell it like it takes place in like Idaho or something like that, but like the like cashiers and stuff, they all have like a slight Canadian accent.
yeah, it's I think it's technically supposed to be Pennsylvania. I'm not sure,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's because it's loosely based off the town. Um, didn't write it down. Centralia, I think it's called. It's like
Oh,
an actual like town that was the mines underneath the town caught on fire and they're
oh,
still on
right, that's
fire
right.
today. Yeah,
Yeah,
but funny is the first game has nothing to do with that. That it was actually snowing in the first game, but the movie the
it's
snow's
Ash.
ash, and it's because of the fire. And yeah, that's when that they introduced that like, aspect of the town.
Yeah. So, I think a couple episodes ago, I started talking about Stranger Things and how it's just a compilation of things that we're already familiar with.
Hmm.
So my next suggestion is Stranger Things because when I was watching the first one, and the first one, the main character goes back home, but she's still stuck in like the Silent Hill dimension, right? Which is like a limbo dimension,
Yeah,
right? But so she's interacting with things that she's familiar with, like her house, right? And her husband is on the other side, so you can kind of feel her presence and kind of like know that she's there, but she's not actually there because she's on the other side. And I was like, that's literally just the upside down, bro. And then you have the ash falling and stuff
yeah,
constantly, and Stranger Things, you have like that random shit that's like floating around all the time.
yeah,
I was like, they literally just took this whole idea from Silent Hill of the upside down. Whereas like Silent Hill is like a limbo place kind of right before hell, right?
hmm,
And Stranger Things, the upside down is like a limbo to like wherever Vecna's thing is. I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah. So Stranger Things. Um and yeah, all the I think all the suggestions we gave are all better than this movie was. So
Yeah.
uh what do we do next? The Bucket
Um,
Pool movie? We pulled out Midnight Express, and I found out this was not on the top 100 IMDb
no,
list, Eric. It was suggested by Natalie.
Natalie. I was wondering who suggested it. I thought it was my friend Alexis at work, but I asked him, and he was like, "No, it wasn't me." I was like,
I
"Okay, I don't know where
I
this came
told
from."
I told Natalie, I was like, "This bucket pool movie I got to watch this week is called Midnight Express. You want to watch with me?" And she's like, "Hey, I suggested that movie," and I was like, "Oh, you did?" So she's like, "Yeah, I'll watch it with you."
Oh, well,
But
thanks, Natalie.
yeah, appreciate it, Natalie. Yeah. So last week we pulled out Midnight Express. Um, It was made in 1978. It is rated R. It has a runtime of 2 hours and 1 minute. And it is directed by Alan Parker. I just realized I didn't do this for Silent Hill. Maybe I just was so upset that it was bad that I didn't list off all the credits. But this movie is directed by Alan Parker. It's written by Oliver Stone, Billy Hayes, and William Hoffer. It stars Brad Davis, Irene Miracle, and Bo Hopkins. What did you think about this movie, brother?
Um, thought it was good. Not as good as I thought it was going to be. I've never heard of this movie before, but like when
Yeah.
you looked it up real quick, it was like, "Oh, that sounds cool," and it was all right. Uh,
Yeah.
for a prison movie, um, based off a true story. Um, it was crazy to see young Randy Quaid, like so almost unrecognizable.
I know.
Mm.
I was expecting him to see him in this movie.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it was okay. I feel like some things probably could have been left out. It didn't really do anything for the story, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a good movie, honestly. It
Mhm.
was I imagine that the true story that it was based off of was probably probably a popular um like news headline back then,
Oh,
you
I'm
know.
sure. Yeah.
Uh I'm sure like over here in the States that everyone was freaking out that this poor American kid was stuck in a prison um over in Turkey. Uh
Yeah.
and the fact that he ends up escaping through Greece and able to make it out of there just is insane. It's an insane story. And then he goes to write a book about it, and then they adapted that book into this movie. And so I think a lot of the stuff that they in the movie that seemed a bit unnecessary, I think it was honestly just them trying to include a lot of the stuff that was in the book or a lot of the stuff that was in the true story. Um, but yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was fascinating. Um, hopefully Turkish prisons, got better because that seemed like really fucked up, like it seemed like they had like a really fucked up system.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So I read that the book. So it's written by William Hayes, right? The guy who experienced it all. Um, but said that he did like exaggerate and like kind of like add things to the book to make it more entertaining and
Ah, okay.
stuff.
At
And
least
then when the movie was made, they did so even more. So I don't know how much of it
okay.
is accurate. But I mean, it's still crazy. Like the fact that he was put in prison for trying to smuggle drugs and shouldn't do that no matter what country you're in.
Right. But they gave him
That's,
life in
yeah.
prison pretty
Well,
much.
they gave him what, like 3 or 4 years originally, and he had like
Yeah.
53 days left, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're actually we're going to put you in prison for life."
Yeah.
Like, that was messed up. That was the part of the movie that we were like, "Dang, like, that sucks,"
He
And
had
then
some pretty solid monologues too, the
yeah,
actor. When he was like in the court and he was like all pissed off about it, like he's
yeah,
like fuck you, like I hate this country, this and that. But
yeah,
like I was like, damn, this is like the best acting I've seen him do the whole movie. Like it was, it was really good.
yeah.
I liked his British friend too.
The one he shared a shower with, or no, the other guy,
The
the
other
kind of
guy,
like
yeah.
crazy guy.
Yeah, not his gay lover. Not that I had a problem with a gay lover guy. He seemed cool. Like they were doing
He
yoga and
seemed
stuff
like a
together.
nice guy.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
just threw in the gay stuff seemed randomly just for him to leave like right
yeah.
after. It was
Out of
like,
out of nowhere, huh? Out of
yeah,
nowhere, I was like, I remember
it,
Natalie and I were watching it, and then I was like, "Oh, wait a second, they're gay." And then,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden, they just had like 2 or 3 more shots of them being like a little gay, and then it stopped.
yeah. It almost feels like they threw that in there for him to say like, yeah, like prison people do gay things, but like I never went that far. Like
He's like,
I
"I
was close
stopped
with
it
this
before
guy,
I
but I
went that
stopped
far."
him.
Yeah, okay, buddy. We all know the truth. That's so funny.
Yeah,
Um, the main prison guard, like the guy that like ran the whole thing, fucking
yeah.
hated that dude. He was a real piece of shit.
He had a weird like little twitch too. Like every time he would like beat someone's feet, which I thought was a weird thing that they did.
That was pretty weird. But all right, yeah, I think a lot of older people would enjoy this movie if they haven't seen it already.
Yeah,
Like I like especially specifically people that like maybe were alive around the time the story was happening. I think that would be a lot like probably extremely fascinating to like just kind of visually get the story, you know.
yeah.
All right, you got anything else about Midnight Express?
Mm, no, I don't. Yeah,
I don't think I do either. It was a pretty solid movie though.
yeah. It's not a bad movie at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to the bucket pool.
All right.
Let's see
You
what
don't
we pulled today.
you don't have anything to add to this? I haven't looked at any comments or anything.
No, I think we added a couple. I think an
Last
episode
time.
ago or 2 episodes
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What did we get? That's a long one, and it's a good one. I haven't seen it. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
No way.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see that quote.
All right. You know, I've been meaning to watch this fucking movie for a long time, but if I do understand this correctly, right? That isn't that like a 3-part movie? Is that the beginning? Is that the first one?
I don't know. I just know it's Clint Eastwood, right? I think it's
I
on
think
this list.
am I
I'm
thinking
sure.
about A Fistful of Dollars and a couple dollars more?
Uh,
I'm pretty sure aren't they all a part of each other?
they might be. I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, so okay, it says yes, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is a third and final film in the Dollars trilogy. So it's a fistful of dollars, and then a few dollars more, and then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So I haven't seen any of them, and I've been meaning to watch all of them. I feel kind of wrong if we just skip the first 2 and watch the third one.
Want to watch Fistful of Dollars first, or you want to try to watch all 3?
Whew. They're long movies.
I would assume so.
They're like each 3 hours.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This is why I don't watch westerns.
um, but yeah, I'd be down to watch a fistful of dollars.
All right.
It seems kind of wrong since we pulled out The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I feel like we're supposed to watch that one because that's the rules of the bucket pool. But
Yeah.
I'd feel wrong watching the third movie in a trilogy and not having seen the first 2.
Yeah. On Wikipedia, it says it was marketed as the third, but that's about all it says. It almost implies that it's not. I don't know. That's all I see.
Wait a second. It says, although released last, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is actually a prequel that takes place during the American Civil War before the events of the first 2 films.
Okay.
And then I think we can watch it then. I think it's okay to watch a prequel before watching the
prequel?
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I did Star Wars, you know? Like
I mean, granted, the prequels came out like right
when I was a
you were-
kid.
Yeah.
So okay. Cool. Let's watch
Right.
it then. I'm down.
Good, the
I've
bad,
been
and
meaning to
the
watch this.
ugly.
Natalie be happy. She likes this movie a lot. She's been wanting me to watch it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm excited.
Me too. You want to move on to what we've been watching?
Sure. I haven't
We
been.
didn't
We didn't what?
we didn't do this category last week, so
Right.
I feel like there's a lot to catch up on.
Yes, but not really. At least not for me.
Mhm.
There's a couple shows that I have been watching, kind of discreetly. Not really. I just don't want to bring them up because I don't want to be like every episode say I'm still watching this show. But once
Yep.
I get through them, I'm gonna be like, okay, I finally finished this and I can talk about it.
Gotcha.
But one thing I did watch is Song Sung Blue.
It's a show?
No, it's a movie. It's what Kate Hudson is actually nominated for. Best,
That's right. That's right.
actress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about a Neil Diamond cover band, and there's actually way more to this story than I thought there was going to be just off the trailer. But it's pretty good. It's a good story. It's you know, family.
It looks like a pretty solid film.
Yeah, these couple like finds each other. And they both love Neil Diamond. Start this little band, and things happen, and they find a way to like work through it all. It's pretty cool. It was honestly a good movie. I didn't know uh, a movie about a Neil Diamond cover band was going to be so good.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for this and thinking it looked good, and I love
Yeah,
Hugh Jackman, so I was like, and anything where Hugh Jackman gets to sing, I'm like, I gotta watch that.
yeah. No, he did good. But yeah, Kate Hudson definitely
She stole the
was
show.
the standout in this movie.
Right on.
Hmm. But yeah, that's
Uh,
all really I've been watching. I can't think of anything else. So,
okay.
no.
I watched a few things.
Hmm.
Um, I've been watching my anime as I do. The new season of Frieren came out. Frieren is a awesome fantasy show, and it makes me cry like every episode, and I love it. And the new JJK season is out, and we've been watching that. And this last
Hmm.
episode was fucking amazing. This last episode was super fucking cool.
Yeah,
I think everyone should go watch JJK just so they can catch up to this episode. This episode was that cool. The animation was it was peak cinema, and it's crazy because it was referencing a lot of actual cinema, mostly Kill Bill had a Bruce Lee reference in it too. Um, but
awesome.
it was really fucking cool. It, I I was freaking out the whole time. I was sick. I was sick as fuck, but I was freaking out. I like forgot I was sick watching that episode.
Nice.
It was like the opposite, right? With Silent Hill, I was like, it reminded me of how sick I was because the movie was so bad. But watching JJK was so good, I forgot I was sick.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then I'm watching the other anime called Ranking of Kings. It's a show, another fantasy show I've been meaning to watch. It's really cute. Um, and a while back, when we skipped this category, I had watched a couple other movies um, that I want to talk about, and I didn't get to because we skipped this section. But I watched a movie called Deathstalker. It's a movie from 1983. It's a dark fantasy, and this is what I'm talking about. I love dark fantasy movies with 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 big muscular people, right? And this movie was not that good. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't. It's not a good movie. It has some cool stuff in it. Like it has some really cool like horse riding stunts and stuff like that. Like it's pretty cool. But like the movie's pretty bad, and I think I accidentally entered a whole algorithm on Amazon where it's just like dark fantasy, almost softcore porno movies, which I didn't know Amazon Prime had. So if you guys are into that, Amazon Prime has them, right? They're like B movies that are like borderline softcore porno, and this movie was that. It seemed like every girl in this movie was not safe. Like they if you I feel like yeah, I feel like in order to be in this movie, you had to show titty, at least one. Uh, and yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy movie. Not very good, but if that's your vibe, go check it out. Deathstalker.
Hmm. Interesting.
Um, yeah, and then the other movie I watched was The Final Girls. Have you ever heard of this movie or watched this movie?
I've heard of it.
So this movie came out in 2015. I didn't even know it was a thing. I had never heard of it. I was scrolling through, I forget where. I want to say Amazon Prime again, and I saw this, and I saw Adam Levine was in it, and that girl who's the daughter of the lady from Insidious and The Conjuring. You know what I'm talking about?
Her daughter or
Yeah, her daughter. I don't know her daughter's name, but I know uh,
the one that's in
Vera Farmiga, her daughter.
I, is that her daughter? I thought they were like siblings.
No, it's her daughter, I think, right? Or is it her
Oh,
sister?
I could be wrong.
Oh, I think you're right. I think that's her sister, younger sister, Teresa, Taisa Farmiga. She looks so much younger than her, though.
Yeah. The one
She's
that's
20.
in.
She's 21 years older than her.
It happens.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds like some Mexican family shit.
I was going to say that sounds like some white family shit.
We're like your auntie's your cousin. And you're like,
Yeah.
you guys are like the same age. But yeah, she's in it, and Adam Levine's in it. And who else? It's I forget this lady's name. She's a blonde lady. But anyways, it wasn't bad. It was very meta. They like it's almost like a like horror comedy Wizard of Oz. Like they go into their favorite horror movie, which is like pretty much Friday the 13th. It's like they're like fans of this horror movie. It's a fictional horror movie, and it's like it's like Friday the 13th. So, but the whole plot is the main character's mom passed away in a car accident, but that mom was also the star of this movie, and like it has a huge cult following. And some of her friends in high school are like, "Hey, you should come to this like thing we're having at the theater. We're showing your mom's movie." But she doesn't want to go because she's still dealing with the trauma that her mom, passed away, and seeing her on the screen kind of triggers those things. But then there's a giant fire in the theater because people are being silly, and then they cut a hole through the screen and go through the screen, and then they end up in the movie.
That's crazy.
Very meta. But it was interesting. It wasn't amazing. I gave it 2.5 stars on Letterboxd, but it was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I just watched F1 today. I've been sick off and on. I don't know what's going on with me. Like I'm good and then I'm not good. Yeah, so I was laying in bed most of the day today and I watched F1 and it was really good.
Was it?
It was. I'm not into race cars. I'm not into Formula 1.
Yeah, same.
But even though the movie is about Formula 1 race car drivers, it's also a movie about ego and empathy and working as a team.
It sounds like Talladega Nights,
but without the comedy. Yeah, I mean, it was like very, very well edited, and it was pretty well shot. Like
it's up for quite a few awards, isn't it?
It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, knowing nothing about Formula 1 and stuff, and towards the end, like at the climax of the movie, I was over there like cheering on the characters and shit. I was like, yeah, cars, Brad Pitt.
Oh,
and then I don't know anybody else really. Javier Bardem is also in it.
Okay.
Those are the only people I knew. Other than that, there are a bunch of people I didn't know. But yeah,
all right.
It was very good. I watched the other Formula 1 movie too. That was I think produced or something by PlayStation. I think it was like
You're talking about Gran Turismo?
Yeah, Gran Turismo. Yeah, I watched that one a while back, and that one was pretty cool.
That one looked good.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But this one, it definitely is the better Formula 1 movie. It was, like I said, I don't even like Formula 1 or anything. This movie had me going, yeah. It was very good.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's it. I think that's all I've been watching. I've also been watching Hell's Paradise, and I think that's it.
Cool.
Oh, and Batman Beyond. I've been watching. I've seen almost every episode except for the episodes in season 3. So I've been rewatching season 3, and I think I'm like halfway through it right now.
How about that theme song?
So good, yo. So it goes so hard. There's no reason for it to go that hard, but it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't skip that intro.
No, when I watch shows with Lolly, she tells me to skip the intro. And I'm like, we don't skip intros here.
I it depends on the intro. I think for anime, I have a rule for anime. You got to watch the intro at least one time, and then you can skip it. You got to watch the intro and the outro at least one time, and then you can skip it. But if they introduce a new intro, you got to watch that new intro, and then you can skip it.
Yeah,
Yeah, at least I got to watch it one time just to see if it's good.
I generally don't skip intros or outros for shows. Um, I don't know. I like to watch them. I like theme songs, especially like for older sitcoms and stuff, because they fit the show. Like it's part of it.
Right,
It feels weird skipping it.
right. What about Friends, Eric? You don't skip the Friends theme song?
Definitely don't skip that theme song.
That's
That's
funny.
sacrilegious. Yeah. But, I watched Lord of the Rings, the first Lord of the Rings movie, like a
Nice.
week ago. Um,
Just
yeah,
cause, or
yeah, just because I had some time to kill, and just put it on. I think it was when I was sick, and so I was just kind of laying there. I put it on, because I watched it, I really want to finish it and watch the other two. Those movies are so long.
yeah, they are really long. I
Yeah,
try to get because Natalie's never seen them. Well, sort of. I got her to watch the first two, um, and she never finished it. She never got to the third one. So I told her now if she watches them, we gotta rewatch all of them.
yeah,
And so I think that's been stopping her
yeah.
because it's been so long.
Kind of surprised by that, just based off of other shows and books I know that she likes. Like, why not do what
Her,
probably inspired most of them?
I know, I know. I think her whole take on it is pretty much like the same take you get in Clerks too, about like just people walking to
Just
a
people
mountain.
walking to a volcano.
Yeah. It's like, here's the first movie. Here's the second movie.
What I think is funny about what I'm wearing today is that I have my Kevin Smith hat, which I'm pretty sure he wears in Clerks too, and then a Lord of the Rings shirt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Your clothes tell a story, Eric.
yeah.
The story of Clerks too. All right, well, let's move on to final thoughts. Are we on final thoughts already?
I think so.
Real quick, did you want to talk about some of the nominations for the Oscars, or want to just go with it?
Well, because we've been doing this podcast, I have watched half of the Best Picture nominations already, so
I know.
got about five
Pretty
movies
cool.
to watch. Um, but I think the movies that are like probably going to get the most wins are going to be Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners.
I hope Sinners. I'm really
I hope
hoping Sinners.
Sinners. I think it's more so between the other two, but I really hope Sinners wins more
I know. I know. I mean, they broke a record for nominations,
for
so
nominations. Yeah,
I'm assuming the Academy is on their side.
yeah. I think
Assuming.
K-pop Demon Hunters is going to get Best Animated and Best Song.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was saying today to Brandon, like, it's probably going to go to K-pop Demon Hunters, but honestly, I think the better song is it "I Lied to You" from Sinners.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Sinners has a great soundtrack.
it has a great soundtrack, but yeah, that's the song that's nominated, and
Yeah,
I honestly like that song more than Golden, but Golden is definitely
I
more
agree.
popular and catchy. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
pretty cool. Pretty cool nominations. I'm glad Sinners had so many. I really hope they win. I feel like if you look at the Oscars in the past and you look at all the other movies that had a lot of nominations, they actually took home a lot of awards.
Yeah,
So I think Sinners is gonna.
I think it has a good chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, those other two movies I think are also just really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, definitely some heavy hitters this
yeah,
year.
for sure. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the other movies that have been nominated.
Yeah, I think I only have a couple more to watch. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, let's move on to final thoughts. If you guys want to know our thoughts more on the Oscars and whatnot, we may or may not be putting out, more likely may be putting out a episode all on the Oscars, probably like a week prior to the Oscars coming out, and we'll kind of give our predictions on who we think is going to win or what we think is going to win, and then we can compare it and see how close we were to actually predicting the winners. Could be fun.
Could be.
All right, final thoughts. You have any final thoughts
thoughts
for Silent Hill? Return to Silent Hill.
Yeah. So, movie, like you said, it was filmed kind of funny. I like switched to first person at times, which I didn't really care for.
Yeah, that was so random.
It was very random.
Like at the bar when he's like drinking, like, hey, you gotta go out of nowhere, it turns to first person. I'm like,
and yeah, you see
why?
yourself in the mirror, and they did that a couple of times with the mirror. And I don't know if it's just all because like, oh, you're looking into yourself kind of like thing, but it's like
Yeah.
a little too on the head, you know. But yeah, there's a couple of things I noticed. I'm assuming they're probably like things that were in the game, but and so probably it was just like little things like Easter eggs for like people that played them. I just felt was unnecessary. Um, is the flashlight that was clipped onto his jacket. It's like
Oh
that's
my
totally
god,
something
bro.
that would be in a game like a survival horror, right? And then
Yeah.
the radio, which like would get like staticky when like monsters were
Right.
around and stuff. Which I could see why that would be like an aspect of the game, but also in the movie when they get close, like he starts to get like a headache too. Like we don't need two things that tell us
Right.
that danger's near. Like, I just thought it
For
was
sure.
unnecessary. Um, but yeah, the character of Mary and all of her variants, basically, um, were all played by the same actress, other than Laura, which was the younger version of herself.
Right.
Um, but I guess was it Angela, the first one he meets, and the character
Yeah, the dark
Eddie.
haired one.
Yeah, and then Eddie. I guess in the game they are like, well, Angela is like her own character, and both her and Eddie have like bigger stories that they don't really dive into in the movie. So that was interesting. But I
Yeah,
think, huh?
I think that's another thing I didn't like about this movie is that if they threw in these random characters, obviously probably because they're characters in the game, but then they didn't like give us much more than what
No,
you know what I mean? Like, what's the point of putting them in there then? You know,
I don't know.
they didn't do anything for the narrative whatsoever besides just be there.
Besides be there, but um, yeah, but I think the like other Mary characters, obviously they represent like different parts of her. Like I'm assuming Laura is probably like her innocence. Um, Angela is her like tormented side, or from like her dealing with her dad and the cult and stuff. And then I think Maria is like the like more badass version of herself that was able to deal with these things, which is why she's in Silent Hill and she seems fine. Uh,
Right.
and I think in the movie, at least, maybe uh, Eddie's supposed to be like a different side of um, James, and Pyramid Head obviously is a manifestation of his guilt. And so I don't know, I just think his director was like trying to play with like different things that, and like kind of change some things from the game that people may not like. Um, Also, the whole cult, I guess, isn't in Silent Hill 2. Like it's part of the other games and other movies, and I think that's why they included it, but it wasn't really part of this story. So maybe yeah, they because I was actually really intrigued by all that backstory. It's like I would like to see more, and apparently it's not even part of the actual story. So maybe had they not included that, they could have uh, developed characters like Eddie and Angela and stuff more. You
Yeah.
know?
The whole thing about her other like versions of herself, like being like other parts of her personality, reminded me of Teen Titans. Teen Titans has a that episode where Beast Boy and Cyborg
Raven,
go into Raven's mind. Yeah,
yeah, that's a good episode.
that is a good episode.
Yeah, there's she's all different colors, like it's
Hmm.
like yeah, that's good.
Yeah, really good. Way better than this fucking movie.
Also, uh, Maria's wig and then James's beard, so obviously fake. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah. There's so much bad in this movie. It's hard to
I
even.
think it's because it had a lower budget, but also I don't know. There's some things that are forgivable, and other things are just like why.
Yeah, kind of sad. Kind of sad to see it. I
Yeah,
actually really like. I don't. I wouldn't say I really like the first one. Like I said, the first one, the Silent Hill movies have always been kind of but like the first one, I remember watching the first one when I was younger and thinking it was really cool.
yeah, same. Again, I haven't really watched the movie since, so I don't remember it very well. I remember I liked it. I also liked the use of Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire
Yeah.
movie. That was cool. Um, it's funny. First time I watched it, and I think it's the only time I actually watched it. Kevin randomly came over and wanted me to watch this movie, and I didn't want to do anything. But I was in bed when he showed up. Kevin did this a few times, like just showed up, and I'm in bed. He's like, "Hey."
Yeah.
uh,
I remember you telling me you just like go to the window or something.
well, one time he like snuck in him and Jordan and look at
Oh, that's right.
3 in the morning, and he just wanted to show me his new cell phone that he got, which is the BlackBerry Pearl.
Yeah.
Dude, like I'm trying to sleep.
That's so funny.
But no, this was earlier in the day, so you didn't have to sneak in. But um, yeah, I was just like, not. I don't know if I was tired, if I had worked earlier or what. But he's like, hey, like, you need to watch this movie. So we sat there in my bed and watched Silent Hill on my laptop.
Nice. Sounds like a
we
good
were like,
memory.
we were like 17, 18, and we were just hanging out.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
It's a
remember watching it. I liked the movie. I thought it was good, but I haven't seen it since.
yeah. That's cool. Kevin's a cool friend.
He is a cool friend.
I don't remember where I was and I watched it for the first time. I want to say I watched it on TV, but I didn't really. I'm rewatching it on the boat when I was in the Navy, and I'm not gonna lie, I had some of my favorite movie experiences watching it on the boat because the boat just sucked. You know, I was on deployment, so and I only had a a 7 foot by 3 foot rectangle for personal space, right? Like it was like where I slept, and I would put my tablet on my chest like this, and I'd
Yeah,
lay down and I'd watch it like that. So and for some reason, just being in that little like coffin and watching a movie, it was just like I don't know. And the boat was rocking. It was really good. So I rewatched it on the boat, and then I rewatched it again just recently. But
watching movies on the boat, watching like a horror movie, does it add to it at all in any way? Like, is it?
I I will say it makes the boat scarier because sometimes
Yeah.
like a lot of times like movies
Oh shit.
uh like yeah, like Alien or
Oh
Pandorum.
yeah.
You like movies like that. You watch movies like that on the boat, and then you go to like go use the bathroom, and the boat feels like the movie you just watched, and you're like, oh my god, this is kind of scary now.
That makes sense. I mean, like you're pretty isolated out there in the ocean.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, that would be kind of scary.
yeah. But yeah, I like today. I just watched the movie F1 on my laptop, laying in bed, and honestly, I know like people give Gen Zers a hard time for watching all the movies on the laptop in bed, but like I kind of get it, bro.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, I
something
get
about
it
it,
too. Like, I remember being a kid and wishing that I could do that. But
right?
now you can, and sometimes if I'm not feeling well, I'll be in bed all day watching stuff on my phone. You know? But
Well, I normally don't get sick like this. This is like a rarity for me. So
yeah,
like I was actually like laying down watching a movie, and then Natalie was like, "I'm sorry, not feeling well." I was like, honestly, gives me a good excuse to like relax. I never do this. Like
yeah,
I know some people like bed rot like on the daily or like just frequently. I do not. I'm constantly working on things. Um,
yeah.
uh, so I think this whole sickness might actually be like stress related and I think I was pushing my body too hard in the gym, and I think my body just shut down.
It's telling you that you need to relax.
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, I think.
Yeah.
But all right. I don't have anything else to say about Silent Hill or Return to Silent Hill. Do you have anything else, or should we cut them loose?
If you plan to return to Silent Hill, do it in the game and not in the theaters.
Don't do it with this movie.
Yeah.
Right. With that said, we'll cut them loose.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching. Comment below. We'll put a movie down below. We'll put it in the bucket. Uh, just like this last movie we picked, the Midnight Express, the one that we just watched. That was suggested by somebody. It was suggested by my girlfriend, actually. But you could be that random person that puts a random movie in the bucket, and we pull it next week. You never know. So put a movie down there.
Do it.
But all right. Thank you guys.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. See you.
Peace.